getting ready for some fun. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's the countdown. Love the countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome. Oh, hang on. I haven't done that button up, and I don't want to be showing you too much of my chest hair. That's not what you're after here. Live on the internet. There's special sites you go to for that, not this site. Welcome, everybody, to the live stream. It's Thursday. It's 9 a.m. Why would you be anywhere else? And today we're talking about fun and why it's important to have fun. Now, there's a big difference between fun and funny. Because funny is sort of where you might have a stand-up comic and you're having funny done to you. And there are some people who are naturally funny. I like to think I'm one of those people, but my wives remind me that's not always the case. Dad jokes, not always funny, but they can be fun. Ask any dad, they've been telling them for years. Fun is something where everyone gets involved. It doesn't have to be funny. It doesn't have to be laugh out loud. But fun is important. The Minister for Fun once said to me, if it's not fun, don't do it. But if you have to do it, make it fun. And I really think this day and age, we need just that little bit more fun, don't you? It's been a weird and wonderful time, and people take life very, very seriously. And I've always thought that life's way too important to be taken seriously. You've got to enjoy yourself as you go. I don't know about you, but I've been in some weird meetings where everything's very tense. And look, part of it, maybe it's my personality, I'm not sure. But it is really important to just relax. And I find once I relax and have a bit of fun, not only me, but the people around me, their brains open a bit. They're a bit more receptible to what's going on. Yes, Minister for Pain, Stephen, is not what you're after. And it's always nice to have your brother come on and say that I'm funny. Thanks very much. His kids will tell you that I'm funnier than he is. I don't know if it's true or not, but we'll go with it. But there's a few things when you're having events, because my thing, as you would expect, is about events, because for those of you who don't know me, I am triple certified, or Warwick Merry CSP, a certified speaking professional and dual certified virtual presenter. So I try and add a bit of fun to the events that we do. I'm talking with a client at the moment, and we're building in a fun session, which really, the whole intent of the session is to have fun. But there are some key elements in having fun, particularly when it comes to events. I don't know if you've seen, and you'll see it in stand-up comedy, they'll invite people up onto stage, or they'll put people on camera, or they'll force people to do things they don't really want to do. When you're having fun, it has to be safe. The individual has to feel safe. And let's face it, in our workplace, we have a lot of introverts. And a lot of them are loving online and hybrid events because they can just not even hide behind the camera, because they'll turn the camera off. Or they'll sit there and just be very quiet listening. So, you need to make sure it's safe for them. You can invite them to do something, but if they choose not to, that's okay. That has to be okay. You can encourage them. You can give them reasons why they may or may not want to do it, but if they say no, that has to be okay. It's got to be safe. Because once it's safe, everyone feels better about it. So therefore, you're more likely to get another volunteer or someone else will step forward. It is a challenge, though, because the extroverts will try and take over. Trust me, I know, being an extrovert myself. But it's got to be safe. It also has to add value to the event. You can't just go, hey, now we're going to do some fun stuff. Don't get me wrong. There is a time where fun for fun's sake is a good thing. And you can get enjoyment out of it. And it does add at a checkpoint, but it's got to be strategically put in there. Having fun is a serious business. You don't want to just throw it around willy-nilly. It's not good for you. But the thing is, you can plan for it to be of value. And this event coming up, we have strategically said at the end of the first day before the evening, we're going to have an hour-long session that is about fun and having more fun within the organisation. So how can you look at making sure that the fun is planned and bringing it in? The other thing is, you have to be very authentic about it. You can't force fun. You can't have a stiff person go, oh, now is the time for fun and we will have 3 minutes of fun and that is now over and we will. There has to be an authenticity about it. It doesn't mean you can't have fun in serious situations. It's like there are some Bernard Salt, fantastic presenter around economics, and he does a lot of economic updates and state of the demographics. He studies census, as you do, but he'll put a twist on very serious issues that with a very dry sense of humour and have a whole lot of fun. He wrote an article about avocados many years ago, which has taken off globally, Avocado Gate, or talking about how people who have avocado on toast for breakfast can't afford houses. While he was tongue-in-cheek, it sort of went off, and that's the kind of thing that he does. Stephen Hawking had a great sense of humour. Like, the man couldn't speak, but he was able to communicate in a way that had a bit of fun. So, have fun. Make sure it's authentic with the way you're doing it. The other thing also is you have to realise not everyone's going to be interested in it. Let me show you what I'm talking about, in that this is what's commonly referred to as the Maxwellian distribution curve. Just in a statistical body, you'll have most people will be chunked in the middle, you'll have some at each end. Now, this is important for us because if we look at the Gallup polls, workforce surveys on who's engaged and who's actively disengaged, at any point in time, you've got 35% who are actively engaged. That means no matter what you do, they think it's awesome and they will be with you and this is great and I'm so pleased we're doing it. And you'll have 13% who are actively disengaged. They are the pessimists sitting there going, this is rubbish, this is not going to work, and I might see if I can poke a few bears just to see if I can stuff this up a little bit along the way. So what that means for us is that when you're trying to have fun, you have to acknowledge that there's going to be some people there who are just not interested in it. They'll be like, oh, what are we doing this for? Oh, here we go. So be aware, not everyone's going to respond to it, and that's okay. Our thing is to look at how do we get those actively engaged or those people in the middle moving up to being actively engaged, and part of that is through having fun. So part of it is, you've got to make sure that you've got those plans in place to be able to do that. Now, here's the other thing. For online events, what you'll find is that you'll have a couple of types. One is you will have a meeting where you can see everybody, and it's a lot easier to engage, and it's a lot easier to get people to do stuff. Oh, and by the way, just to let you know, coming up, a few ideas on how to have fun for your next online event, so don't get too excited. But there is also, sometimes you'll have an opportunity to be at an event where it's more of a webinar format, or it's being streamed, and so you'll have hundreds, if not thousands of people watching, but you don't really have any interaction with them. So you've got to come up with ways that will be more fun and more engaging for them, and it's going to go outside the platform that you're using. So there are a few things that you can do. So here's a couple of examples of how to have fun with online and hybrid sessions that you can actually get people to do stuff. Treasure hunts are fantastic. The friend of mine did one, and she said that she put the question forward, go and get the most valuable thing in your house, or the thing that's most important to you. One person came back with their grandmother, and they were sitting there with their grandmother, which I think is a cool thing to do. You could do stuff like, go and get some random item out of the third drawer down, because most people are going to be in their homes. And everyone's got a random third drawer. You could have Super Spoon, get a spoon, because most people are going to be doodling while they're online. Get them to create a superhero character using a wooden spoon. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you do that? Have a bit of fun. You could get them to take a selfie with their pet. Or if they don't have a pet, get a picture on screen and do a selfie with the person on screen. And, just post it on social media with a hashtag for your event or your company. You could, as the presenter, do a high five to the screen and get them to do a selfie of taking high five with you. It's a way to get them involved and also to publish that. You could constantly change outfits. You could do stuff like popping on a bowler hat for that sort of formal part of the presentation. Look, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can do to have fun, but here's the thing. If it's not fun, don't do it. But if you have to do it, make it fun. It'll be a whole lot more rewarding, a whole lot more enjoyable for you, and you'll find that your delegates will get engaged. So unless you start waving that wooden spoon around, don't ask my brother about wooden spoons. It wasn't pretty, that's for sure. All right, hey, thanks for joining me here. As I said, Warwick Merry, the Get More guy. We talk about events every 9 a.m. every Thursday, Melbourne time. Love to have your company again next week. Have you got any questions about online or hybrid events, or you need some strategies or hosting, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to give you a few pointers in the right direction, or maybe help you with your next event. Thanks for being here. I look forward to your company next time. I have to wait